Well, now, in the 60 plus years that I've been a photographer, there sure have been some changes in technology. Do you remember these? This is how my music came. My goodness. We'd think all week about what album we were going to buy when payday came around. And that's the way it was. Now, in life, art, and technology, things just go around and around and around. I've gone through analog photography where I was processing all my film. This is my darkroom. I processed a lot of film and made a lot of prints there. Making prints in the darkroom, to a mix of analog and digital photography where I was shooting film, scanning the negative prints and working from there. And then I went to completely digital photography, and now I'm starting to look at going back to analog and shooting film and processing it myself. All the AI technology is just getting to be a little too much for me, so I'm looking at going back to my roots. There's me with my Leica. I'm going to load that up and get out and make some more photographs. This is a digital gallery wrap. I shot that in Ireland. The old bicycle and the wheelbarrow and flowers and everything. The other one on the left is Yosemite Park with the falls coming down. Burley Falls. Now with digital photography you can do so much. Now this mountain is known as Moose's Tooth. I photographed that when we were flying in to land on the glacier at McKinley Park many years ago. This is shot with my Leica and with a 90mm lens. I'm really happy with that shot. It was on a Kodachrome. Now a lot of these shots are full digital. This is Fogo Island in Newfoundland. Downtown Kitchener also fully digital. HDR of the road, Corduroy Road. Everything here is mostly digital. When I stopped using the Leica and I started shooting digital mostly, especially with the Olympus, it's got bird tracking for focus, so I started doing more shots like this, more wildlife shots. Since I switched to the Olympus OM1 system, I've spent a lot of time chasing owls and wildlife. A lot of these photographs are shown in other videos, and a lot of them are up for sale as well. You can check out our link in the description to look at some of the photographs we have for sale. Here's an owl with the moon behind it. That's two exposures combined because the moon is far away and the owl is closer up, so it's two exposures combined to maintain sharpness on the moon and sharpness on the owl. That's what happened to me with digital photography, and when I look back over what I was doing in the past, I see I was doing different work. I was, 35mm and 4x5. I'll show you the different pictures that I used to do. Here I am shooting Balleen South. Been there many times. Been out fishing with the boys in Newfoundland. Wow, I had a blast that day. Here I am at the first sunrise in North America at Cape Spear. Taking a little break at my wireless office on the road. Making a little video clip here of the waves and the sunset. So much fun. Digital photography sure gives you a lot of options that you don't have with film, but there I am shooting 35mm Leica in a hat factory. These are shots that I made of the Kathakali dancers in Newfoundland, 1973. These are shot with my Leica M4 with a 35mm, and I find that I think when I was shooting black and white 35mm, I was getting right into things a lot more than maybe I am now with digital. I don't really know why. There's Lady Liberty. Shot that in New York on the island with the 500mm on the Mamiya RB67. There's Mr. Greb with one of his hush puppies, his basset hounds. Look at there, there's one of my first shots in the record. Wow, 1994, one of my first Hallmark calendar shots right here. There's a shot in Newfoundland. That was another Hallmark calendar. That was in 2003. This is Prince Edward Island, 2004. Now I very much remember waiting 40 minutes. I was shooting 4x5 with my view camera, and I had to wait 40 minutes for the people to walk up there and come back. Wow, there's Rocky the Boxer, and we were coming back on the ferry from Newfoundland. We got stuck in the ice for 3 days. That's the Terry Fox icebreaker breaking us out. There's Mr. Grub with his hush puppy again. We've had a lot of adventures. Now this is one of my favorite shots here. The full moon is up here, but unfortunately it was cut out. These are some stories that were written about me when I was in the KW Businessmen's Club back in the day. I used to do a lot of work for Exchange magazine, and that's Mr. Chappelle from Ingo Chappelle Sweaters. There's Brian Peckford. I remember this shoot very well. There's Spider-Man, Herb Transport. There's Vernon Herb. These were all shot on film. And there he is, Habitat for Humanities, Mr. Habitat. So I did an awful lot of photographs. Now these are digital. Yeah, these were shot on film, and then we digitized it with my scanner, which is right here. I think we used an earlier scanner than this one. There's some castings. Here, pouring steel, measuring this huge propeller blade with the lights transit. And who's this guy? There's my 4x5 camera that I used to carry that all across Canada. And there I am with my Leica M6. We've had many adventures with our cameras. That's when I looked a lot younger. This is film here that's been digitized. Then I'm just starting to get into digital photography. There's my grizzly bear. He was shot on 35mm with the 135 lens, and he's too close. That bear is too close to us. That could have come out a lot worse than it did. This bear really surprised us. I got a few shots of him, and they were all sharp but one. Little robot here. There I am on the deck of the Zapata Ugland, landed there in that helicopter. These I was shooting on 4x5 film, digitizing them and giving my client a digital copy, the 4x5 transparency, and smaller file for email. So that's the kind of work that I did over the years. And now I'm thinking about getting back into shooting some with my 2 1/4. I've got two 2 1/4s. I've got a Rolleiflex and I got a Yashica. Yashica's pretty amazing little camera, really. Works well. So I'm going to look at getting some film again. Now this was my first film camera. A Balda, a fold-up lens in it. A pop-out lens. And my first digital camera, and I haven't really shot with this one yet. This was a gift from a friend, and I might do some photography with that again if there's interest in it. I want to shoot some 35mm film with my Leicas, some 2 1/4, and maybe some 4x5 as well. There's my Leica M6. I made a lot of photographs with that camera. It's just amazing. Jethro Tull at Massey Hall in Toronto from front row center with the Noctilux. Now this is per se. We drove up this hill here and walked a bit further, and I shot down the hill. This is shot on 4x5. That's an old shot. That was in Hallmark. This is my shot of Quebec City. Shot from Levy in the night with the mist and everything. Beautiful photograph. This is Churchill Park in Cambridge. And wow, Bluffers Park in Scarborough Bluffs there, and the yacht club in behind. That was a great day, another Hallmark calendar. Now this is a book of my photographs that Mary put together for us. Show some of the locations we've been to. Now this is totally shot on digital. There's the Battery in Newfoundland. I love to go there. This is one of my favorite shots in Newfoundland with these 3 boats. It's got a different sky. We scanned it and Mary dropped a new sky in. Now here we are. This is the Chateau Laureate. Now I was parked up in Levi and I was in somebody's backyard and I shot the chateau, and then after I made the shot I realized that I had to hang around and burn in the lights. I needed a minute-long exposure to bring the lights in, so I had to hang around there for 4 or 5 hours in somebody's backyard. It was a little unnerving. Chateau Laurier in Quebec City at sunset. There's Burley Falls first thing in the morning with the sun coming up. I think this is a beautiful shot. Wow, Percé. This is a panorama of Percé. My friend was doing panoramas with a tripod and everything. I shot this one just handheld. I just panned across the horizon and stacked it in Photoshop. Worked perfectly well. Wow. Had so much fun going to Percé over the years. Look at these wild horses. Wowee, that was amazing. The train pulled up and stopped there. I got a bunch of shots of that. We've had many adventures with our cameras. I really like this shot of this old stump or root. Look at my little praying mantis there. Haven't seen a praying mantis around here for a very long time. St. John's, Newfoundland. Here I was chasing icebergs in the harbor where they're testing lifeboats there. This was a great day. This is a 4x5 shot again that's been scanned. That's Mew Lake in Algonquin Park. And I'm really happy with that shot. The Confederation Bridge in Prince Edward Island, Redhead PEI. I've had a lot of fun on the island there. Wow, taking the Algoma Railway up to the far north there. That was a lot of fun up to Sault Ste. Marie. Toronto and the old mill in Blair. I've been to a lot of places and seen a lot of things. Wow, here I am shooting 4x5. I'm shooting at the same place I photographed this in 1988. This shot made billboards on the highway. There's Mary and I for a story about us in the KW Record, where I shot our signature shot there. We've had a few stories in the paper about our lives together. There's our boys. This is the first place Mary and I went out for on a date in Newfoundland. There's my boys looking out to sea. Everything here has changed now. The water's still there, but that's all. Here we are driving Route 66. Such a blast. Wow. Ruby Beach in Oregon was a great time. Had so much fun there. There's a link in the description to our website where you can buy our photographs. Well, thanks for visiting Bella's Vistas. Please like, subscribe. Come on back again real soon.